Hello and welcome to today's LOL Esports Roundup. We're going to cover the LCK series from this morning. Right now, Dignitas and Golden Guardians are drafting for Game 2. That will be on tomorrow's Roundup, and then we will preview tomorrow's series in the LCK and LCS. Predictions, I'm 262 and 127. I thought Gen G would 3-1. They 3-0 as they move on, and HLE goes down to the loser bracket. Chovy was my MVP, going 14-4-12, 29% of damage. Peanut 3-2-25. So the jungle mid duo went 17-6 and 37 for Gen G. Viper 11-2 and 6, 31% of damage in the loss. This was a tight 3-0. Very reminiscent of EGC9 last week, where C9 won 3-0, but it was a dirty one. Games 1 and 2, HLE were in positions to succeed. Game 2 especially, they had a massive lead and through. Game 1, Zeka on the One was excellent, and that was the only time that Zeka could say he was excellent in this series. Games 2 and 3 not going his way, as Chovy made a massive difference on the Azir in Game 3. Like, just, honestly, I thought he was just on point. Game 1, Doran is who brought that game back for Gen G on the Aatrox, so in my opinion, he was MVP of Game 1. Game 2, Chovy brought them back alongside Pays. Pays, though, I will say that I thought the HLE bot lane was better. Viper tried to 1v9, except that one Zeka moment for HLE. I mean, in Game 3, actually, Gen G had a quite sizable lead and then would throw it away and nearly lose the game. In a team fight around Baron, where Viper would take over, and I think it was on Azeri, I think I've already said that, and get a few kills, deal a lot of damage, make things happen, and try and bring them back, and then they would storm down mid lane and get to the Nexus and fail. I don't think they got both turrets down. Gen G respawns, Chovy and Delight and Peanut able to stop the push, and then they were able to clean up the game in the end. One of those things where HLE has a lot to grow from. Not grow from, but a lot of tape to look at and to grow. I guess grow from, yeah, to get better. Grizzly against Peanut. Peanut got the better of him. Grizzly, every series will make him better because these are high pressure situations. He does not have many of these in his career. Very inexperienced, very young player, and this may take a long time for him to, get through. And one has to wonder what was going on with the bot lane of Gen G with Pace and Delight. That young bot lane that looked very good throughout the season, looked good in spring playoffs. Sure, they 3-0, but we do have to look at it, deeper than that. Just like how HLE 3-0 DRX, I identified Grizzly is not looking very good. And, you have to be willing to nitpick to get better, because Gen G were not perfect in this series. If it wasn't for a couple great plays by Chovy and, Peanut playing very solid, I think that we're looking at a case where, Gen G win, but it's not 3-0, and it's not, as convincing for the narratives. Preview for tomorrow, T1 Gen G. I think this is winner bracket finals. T1 9-9, Gen G 16-2. They've played 5 times this summer. Gen G have won 4 of them. I could have included MSI in even last split. They've probably played upwards of 15 to 20 times this year, at least a dozen. Now, I didn't break it down like I did the other series because we have a situation where Poby played 2 of the 5 games, so the damage distribution numbers for T1 would be a little sus because Poby was in there and not Faker. So we're just going to highlight the most damaged players with the most damage. Pays 28, 7, and 19, 27% of damage in the 5 games. Gumayushi 16, 10, 11, 30% of damage. I think Guma actually had more damage than Pays. This will obviously be a very great series to watch. Of course, we've seen this matchup time and time again. The regular season records are a little off compared to the last few matchups, but the hype is still there, right? Zeus and Doran. Owner Peanut, Faker Chovy, the bot lane duos. This is going to be, a very, very high watched, highly viewed winner bracket final between T1 and Gen G. LCS winner bracket final. NRG C9, NRG 9-9, C9 13-5. NRG won both times. This goes to the whole fact that NRG beat every team with a winning record. That's just how they've done it this year. This split. Ever since they went from CLG to NRG. In the two games, Palafox led NRG in damage, going 9-3-19, 31%. Eminez 2-9-12, 23%. So Eminez getting gapped by Palafox in those two games. And then the top side of the rift, it's opposite. Fudge ahead of Dokla. In the jungle, Blabber ahead of Contracts, but the bot lanes are pretty close, so it is the bot side of the rift for NRG when it comes to mid, I guess. So actually it's just mid for NRG. And then C9 is top side, bot lane is a coin flip. I don't believe either of the games are super clean that NRG won, which is why the KDAs ended up looking good for Fudge, for instance, and Blabber, and not good for Dokla or Contract. So we'll see if NRG can continue that miracle run, that Cinderella story. It would be something if they were the 1 seed. That would just set up everybody for, oh my God, the LCS 1 seed's going to go 0-6, and I'll be like, yeah. Yep, if you didn't think that NRG was going 0-6, or actually it's not group stage anymore, 0 whatever, then you shouldn't be a gambler if you are one. So, yeah, that's it for the roundup. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter. Hope to see you again tomorrow.